a sucker for you.
The Jonas Brothers are back together again. A day that no one thought would be here again. The Jonas Brothers have reunited. But they're brothers. They can't break up. Clearly back in my day, I was a huge Jonas Brothers fangirl. I only have the buttons left. I never got a shirt. But I did see them in concert in Atlantic City in 2007. Before they were really huge. Thank you, MySpace. I thought it would be fun today to take a look at some really cringy Jonas Brothers fan fiction. And I didn't realize that there is a shit ton of Jonas Brothers fan fiction, because of course there is. And a lot of the stuff I found was written back in 2009, 2008, some involving Twilight. So I wanted to delve in, because let's get cringy. Now, I have not read anything. Some of these are really short, some of these are longer, but I just picked them at random, so I have no idea how good they are, or how terribly good they are. I start with the first one, called Wow!
Wow!
This was updated December 7th, 2009, and was published July 17th, 2009. Let us begin! Wow!
Wow!
The prologue. What happens when the Jonas Brothers get lost and stumble upon the Cullen estate? Rated teen because I am paranoid. Alice, point of view. Wow!
Wow!
I had just snapped out of my many visions, and man, it was weird. Vision starts. Excuse me, miss. Would you happen to know the way back to the highway? Said one of the three brunette teenage boys staring in front of me. Oh my freaking god, it's the flippin' Jonas Brothers, screamed Bella with pure delight and division. Oh god! Wow,
wow,
Edward says from across the room. I know, this should be an interesting day. I just honestly want to know why it took them 6 months to update after publishing this little paragraph. And unfortunately this was one of the only ones I found with Twilight and Jonas Brothers, but I'm sure there's a lot more. But we are going to continue onwards. The next one is called Truth or Dare. And this one seems a lot more serious and depressing. It's about a girl that's depressed. And it's very, very long. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I will leave the link in the description if you are interested and want to read more. And I'm not sure when this actually was published. But the taglines are Death, Demi Lovato, Depressed, Happy, and Jonas. So we're in for a ride. And it's by Radical Batical. I'm Kylie. I'm pretty amazing. I have great parents, a 19-year-old brother in college named Huxley, a 10-year-old sister named Hannah. I'm 16, top girl at my school, cheer captain, good grades model. I'm living the good life. Kylie, I missed the bus. Can you drive me to school? Hannah screamed as she barged in my room. Jesus, can you knock? I snapped. Why can't mom or dad? She sighed. They both left for work. I looked at her sad face. Fine, don't worry, they'll be home for dinner. I tried to reassure her, also trying to reassure myself. Yeah, okay. She rolled her eyes. Go downstairs and I'll meet you down there. She left, closing the door, and I checked out my outfit one last time. So we all know that the parents are going to die by this foreshadowing also. This is the outfit that she's pointing at. That phone is upside down. The iPhone is upside down in the picture. And I also am questioning when this was actually written, because the next line says, I then grabbed my bag and my iPhone X and headed down the unnecessarily large staircase. Fast forwarding. School had gone by painfully. I got 100 on 3 tests, which didn't surprise me. I went to cheer practice after school and then drove home. I got my Russian front finally after months of trying. I drove home in my G-Wagon and then pulled up to the house where I saw Demi's car, meaning she was home. I'm so confused. Mom, I called out. Hey Kylie, Demi smiled. Hey Mom. She stopped helping Hannah with her homework and gave me a hug. What are you doing home? I asked. I asked to get a little leave. Like, if I don't have to travel, then I won't, and a cooler thing, so I can be with you guys more. She cheered, clapping. How cool! So, okay. These characters don't make sense. Who's mom? Is Demi Lovato? Is she a normal person? I don't know, but I don't want to continue reading to find out. We haven't even touched on the Jonas Brothers either. But this is way too long. We're gonna go on the next one. But I'm gonna leave a link in the description if you want to continue. We continue our reading with Sunscreen is Your Best Friend. A Jonas Brothers fic. What does sunscreen do? It helps protect against the evil rays of the sun. What happens when you don't use it? Sunburn, of course. Poor Joe had to learn the hard way. It is rated K, so this is appropriate for everyone. It was published on June 2nd, 2008 by Amaya 6. What did I tell you, Joe? Kevin raised his eyebrows at his younger brother, who just entered the house and was closing the door. Nick was standing beside Joe, attempting to hold in his snickering. Joe shifted his feet awkwardly. Don't forget to put on sunscreen, he mumbled, and shifted his gaze to the floor. That's correct, Kevin sighed before continuing. Of course, you're being the same stubborn Joseph that you always are. Did not listen to me, Kevin chuckled. Yeah, what's your point? Joe grumbled, but winced as he shifted the wrong way. You look like a freaking lobster, Kevin smirked. You got sunburn. Bad. My point is, you should always listen to your older, wiser brother. Kevin grinned. Shut up, Joe whined. I feel bad enough without having you rub it in. Can't you just help me out? Let me think. No. Kevin stated, you got yourself into this mess so you can get yourself out. Might I suggest you join your fellow lobsters back at the beach? You'll fit in perfectly. Kevin laughed as he turned to walk away. Nick was currently rolling on the floor, holding his stomach from laughter. We're gonna skim through this. Oh, Joey, Kevin kneeled beside Joe and pulled him into a comforting hug. Joe wrapped his arms around Kevin's waist and sobbed into his chest. Joe was so upset he was trembling. Kevin had never seen Joe in such a state. Joe was also always so outgoing and lively. He was a hyperactive, energetic, hilarious boy. Joey, what happened? I heard thumps and yelling. It's nothing, Joe croaked. Please, Joe, I'm your brother. I'm here to listen, Kevin whispered gently. Joe lifted his head and looked Kevin in the eyes, which were full of concern. I'm a complete moron. Joe closed his eyes and as more tears poured down his face. Joe, why would you say that? You're neither either of those. Is it because of what I said? I'm really sorry. Kevin was cut off before I could finish. And then it just dives into more melodrama and how everyone is sorry. It's cute, but I didn't expect it to be as long as it was. But we all know what you're here for. We're here for the cringiest of cringe. With some sexy time. A lot of these stories I found have involved Camp Rock and them losing virginity at Camp Rock, which is really weird because it was a Disney Channel original movie for kids.
Right now, you're the bad boy of the press.
Mr. Gray will see you now.
But of course we were all kids when it came out, and we grew up and they grew up, and this is what happens. And I'm sure we could find some sexual stories regarding all three of the brothers, but I found one involving Nick. And of course Nick has never been my favorite, it's always been Joe, but this is a short one that I found, so it works. It is called You Got Me in Chains. This is a story of Nick Jonas and his brother, this is a story of Nick Jonas and his best friend Brittany. It's rated M. It was published on August 7th, 2015 and updated on October 19th. And it was written by Little Nate 03. Now I'm just gonna get to the good stuff because it's a little bit long. I just read something that's a little strange. Oh my god. Nick Jonas had been working out with his big brother Joe Jonas as they were talking about some stuff. Nick hadn't seen his brother Joe in quite a while now, and they were finally bonding each other. Hey bro, how's it going with you? Asked Joe. Pretty good, man. I just got done on tour in New Jersey. Woo, New Jersey. Nick answered, and filming the second season of Kingdom. That's good, man. Good for you, Joe said. Thanks, bro. So, have you found any girls lately? Nick asked Joe. Nope, not yet, Joe answered. Hopefully in the future, but what about you? What about me? Nick questioned as he's working out on the bench. I know the breakup with you and Olivia, and I know you're upset about it, said Joe, but come on, you're Nick Jonas. There's a lot of beautiful girls out there for you. Like who? Nick asked. Like your old friend Brittany Adams. Joe mentioned Nick's friend. Brittany was always there for Nick whenever he needed her the most. Brittany was a girl he lost his virginity to before he started the Jonas Brothers. Nick was having a flashback back to 2006 when him and Brittany first started having sex. Now, Nick was born in 1992. I know this because I was born in 1992. So he was 14. Why is this person writing about 14-year-olds having sex? Well, we found the cringe. We wanted the cringe and we found the cringe. Alright. Nick has bushy brown hair and was very skinny at the time. Nick was wearing gray plaid shirt with black skinny jeans and a pair of gray and black Converse shoes. Nick and Brittany was alone at Nick's house when his parents and his brothers were gone. Nick and Brittany think it's best for them to get the sex out of the way so they can both lose their virginity. Nick and Brittany was in his bedroom as they were both sitting down on the bed and was staring at each other. Brittany, if you don't want to do this, then we don't have to, Nick said. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Brittany shook her head. It's okay, Nick. I think we need to get this out of the way so we don't have to worry about it, she told him. Oh, the language alone, the poor grammar, and it's just, we found the cringe. Oh. Right, Nick nodded his head.
Let's get started.
Nick leaned and kissed Brittany tenderly as Brittany kissed him back. Brittany sat on Nick's lap and she wrapped her arms around Nick's neck while Nick was holding her waist as they was just making out. Nick took off his shirt and he was showing his pale body along with his shoes and pants off while Brittany took off her shirt, shoes, and skirt as well as they were just making out on the bed romantically. And ...
And ...
I don't want to read anything else because it gets worse. We found the cringe. I feel like Tommy Wiseau ended up writing that story because of the language. But that was back then. When they were first a band, that was what happened. So you can imagine now all the fangirls have grown up and actually have a lot of sexual experience themselves. What they could come up with. Should we expect more fan fiction soon? Let me know. And are you excited that the Jonas Brothers are back? Let me know. I will see you next time, everyone.